Hey guys, just waiting for a few more people to come in. Welcome to my stream. There we go. Let me see. Make sure when you come in to hit live chat, not top chat, and let me go over here so I can keep an eye on the chat as everyone comes in. Just give me 1 second. Can you guys hear me fine? I just want to make sure everybody can hear me. All right, I'm going to read a disclaimer that I have put in my description. I changed it today. So, I have a fair use disclaimer in my description box. Also, I would like to point out that some of these things discussed in this live may make you feel uncomfortable or uneasy. Please remember the victims' families and send prayers as they've been affected by this series and have wounds that have been reopened. Please show grace to those that had to suffer through the loss of their loved ones. This isn't to praise a serial killer, but to make our new generation aware of all of the possibilities that if they're not careful, that something like this could very well happen to them. I want to spread awareness that not everybody can be trusted, no matter how kind they may seem. Other than this, enjoy the stream and show respect to one another and kindness. Thanks for coming. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and consider subscribing. Your support is appreciated here. Remember, all ideas are welcome. Love you all. So I just want to thank you very much. I just wanted to put that quick disclaimer out there that this is not to praise a serial killer because he did do some god awful things. Please send out prayers to the families, all that good stuff. I will be keeping an eye on the chat via my phone and also on here as well. Let me go through and say hey to everybody. Give me 1 second. Hey, Crystal, welcome. Mother, aka Shay. And for those of you that don't believe me, you can kiss my ass. I really don't care anymore. Let's see. Hey, Jenny Lee. Raven's Rain. Well, hello, Raven's Rain. Don't know who you are, but welcome. Hey, Bliss. And who else is here? Hey, Cece. Hey, so glad to see you here. And Miss Cindy. Oh, I missed one. Miss Dina, too. Sorry. I am bad at roll call. Miss Cindy's a little bit better than I am at roll call, so we'll give that to Cindy. And who else is in here? All right. So this is hey Drazo. Hello, welcome. Oh snap. Am I gonna get more people? What's going on? Let me just give you guys time to check in before I get into this very I read through stuff and it was really hard for me to read. I actually shedded a few tears reading through it. It is not an easy thing to go through. All right. So I think everybody is here. Yes. Hey Pam, welcome. I'm glad to see you actually. All right, that made me laugh. Let's see. All right, Cindy, I did try to blend out my eyeshadow. I'm gonna tell y'all what palette I use before I dig in. So, got this. Give me 1 second. I got this from BoxyCharm this week. Just came in. It's fresh like a baby's behind. And I'll show you guys. Oh, okay. Well, it's good to see the Fang Gang here. Yes. Yes. All right, so that's the colors it comes with. So I got on under my brow bone, I have this color, and then I have this color, and then on the outside this color, and then I'll put a little shimmer with this color, I think. No, not this color, I'm sorry. I think I did this one and then this one. I don't remember. I just play in makeup. I don't know. I don't remember. And then for my blush, you see all that shiny? I didn't expect it to be so shiny. I was like, ooh, I might just give this to my mom. I really like the shiny. So I got this also in my BoxyCharm. Oh, it's powdery because I used it, but I think I might give this to my mom because I use this one on my cheeks. I don't really like it. It's too much. And then this one right here to like kind of highlight. And Peace and Cues. Hello. Hello, Peace and Cues. How you doing? And then I use this as my bronzer. I don't think I like this one too much. It's too much shiny for me. I like shiny, but I don't like too shiny. Make people in my small tourist make people in my small tourist trap town rather nervous. Yeah. Milwaukee is, oh, thank you. Um, right now, since the series came out, there's a lot of traffic there, like, around his grandma's old house and things of that nature. And I'm like, I don't know if I want people creeping at my house. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I'd probably be outside going, get out of here. And as always, I tell them to go wash their butt and like that's invade. What? Why is my hair wrapped around? Lord have mercy. That is, I find it disrespectful. You're filming these people's house. There's another family living in it. Um, it's not cool. And I know I'm lollygagging and avoiding this information as much as possible. I am trying to learn this, and I just got it to where like I can put like pictures over my face and stuff, so that's pretty cool. Let's see if the only thing about my iPad, I don't have like, let's see, don't have the share option, but let me test something, guys. It still doesn't give me the share option. Like, it's not allowing me to do that. So I don't know what's going on. I think it's a glitch somewhere. Okay, figure it out. Um, I got a Halloween party on the 29th. Any costume ideas? Let's see. My child is trying to be Michael Myers. We actually have the costume. My mom ordered it. Um, let's see. Let's see. Yes, we need to. Okay, so before I get into this, I want to have a moment of silence for these victims. This is not to praise any kind of serial killer. I do find this story kind of interesting only because like with every serial killer, they've had some kind of messed up, childhood. Like, has anybody noticed that? Um, like, I, it's just crazy to me, like, what drove them to do these things to these people. And with Jeffrey, I'm not trying to say that he was an innocent soul or anything like that, but I'm looking at it like this, like, he was also, like, fairly alone, but I believe he could have found someone who really, loved him. But it was just here. He needed help, basically. He needed help before it was too late. But by the time that his dad suggested that he needed help, it was too late, you know? I really did watch a lot of documentaries. I watched the Dahmer tapes. I watched the series. Um, I grew up watching these documentaries just because, you want to be made aware of your surroundings. Um, and I believe with this series, it gives you more of a description of what really happened. Yes, it's gruesome. Yes, it's crazy. Yes, it's not healthy to think those thoughts. I'm not saying that, but I think it does bring awareness because this new generation coming up is just out of this world. You'd be surprised of what they believe in, and we want to do everything to keep everybody safe. Everybody with a smile could be a serial killer. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors with a person. You don't know what they're going through. This is a prime example of you have no idea of what a person is going through or what they're thinking of doing or anything like that. And what they could potentially do to somebody. Just because they have a smile on their face doesn't make them a kind soul always. Um, so I'm gonna get into the story. Yes, I'm gonna be reading something. I may mess up a few times. I am only human. I'm not perfect. So just bear with me as I get through this. Let's see. Exactly. But it makes, okay. His father facilitated a lot of his morbid curiosity. But it makes sense back then. He thought he was raising a surgeon or doctor with the dissection, etc. But that obviously isn't it. Ted Bundy was charming. Ed Gein was liked by many people. Same with John Wayne Gacy, and we'll get into that. He seemed to have some obsessive compulsive issues as well. Forensic psychology is fascinating. Definitely abandonment issues. Exactly. That's what I see. I've seen a lot of anxiety watching the series. It looked like he had anxiety issues, real nervous, real timid. And I have those issues too, so I can relate as far as anxiety goes. Um, Manic episodes. Uh, Gacy was a clown. If they weren't charming, they wouldn't be serial. Now, I totally went off. I lost my train. Definitely also thought that his father was looking for any way to connect with him. Yes, he was. His father was trying to build a relationship with Dahmer, well, Jeffrey Dahmer, sorry. And between being too busy during his job and whatnot, he didn't have much time with him. Back then, it was the man that provided for the woman. Sorry, had a hangnail. Don't judge me. Back then, he, it was like the man had to be a man, you know. He worked, he provided, took care of the household, pay bills, blah, 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 blah. So I guess he just figured, my kid is interested in what I'm interested in. Cool beans. Let's get to it. But and Bundy's father glosses over the mental health problems with his bio mom. She has severe mental health struggles. Yeah, I haven't listened to the Bliss. I haven't listened to the John Wayne Gacy tapes either. His stuff makes me ugh. The same with Dahmer. Um, oh, okay. So I grew up with hearing about these serial killers: John Wayne Gacy, Richard Ramirez, the Zodiac Killer, Ted Bundy. Am I missing somebody? Um, Ed Gein, um, H. Holmes. If you watch American Horror Story, if you're a weirdo like me, you watch that and you can handle the gore. Actually, James Patrick March, who Evan Peters plays, is actually based off of a serial killer named H. Holmes. Look him up. He built a hotel to where he could hide his victims' bodies. Yes. Yep. Cecil Hotel down in, I want to say, LA, California. I want to say. Is it LA? Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, Yeah, Richard Ramirez gave me the heebie-jeebies. I won't want him to greet me in my house in the dark. No. He was weird. Oh, and by the way, I do have a break from the kids, so I'll have complete peace. The boys are down the hallway playing video games. If you hear random screaming, they're playing Call of Duty, so it gets pretty hectic. Let's see. Yeah, she was taking pills too, apparently, while pregnant, and those pills can affect your brain. Writing as an adult, imagine a developing brain. Pretty sad. So let's get into this. So if I missed some of your comments, I do apologize. I am watching the chat on my phone, as I've stated. Let me see. Make sure. Can y'all still see me? Nope. Okay, that's not going to work. That is not going to work, obviously. All right. So how are we going to do this? Let me see something here. Bliss Chris, H. Holmes, I was um I was watching American Horror Story, and I noticed I seen like familiar serial killers that I learned about when I was younger, watching documentaries because I'm just gonna put this on the table. She said she was gonna kill me, but my mom used to watch documentaries, and I would sit on the couch and watch it, but it would be so loud. I would literally be like, "Mom, it's loud. Like, can you turn it down? Like, you're asleep." Like she fell asleep to these documentaries. I'm like, I don't even know how you're having nightmares, but I am. Um, okay, so I'm gonna have to do it from my phone, so I'll be able to watch chat from here. Just give me 1 second. Do 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 do. My phone is a jumbled up mess. So here we go. Alrighty. So let's start off with his full name. Seen some psychiatric videos of them using babies as case. Oh God, how they behave if they don't ever bond or get picked up, only to get changed or fed, and then back in the crib, and they become what do they become? Yeah, my mom is a weirdo like me, and so when we came up with this channel, I was like, what if I do something different? Like, I don't want to be commentary because I don't want to fight with people all the time. That's ugh. Let's see. What do I enjoy looking up? Ah, let's do this. She's like, all right, good deal. She is the manager. If you have any issues with me, speak to the manager. Uh, all right, so let's start with his backstory. So, Jeffrey Lionel Dahmer was born on May 21st, 1969, to the parents Lionel and Joyce Dahmer. So, I'm thinking they had Jeffrey Dahmer's name start with a J from his mom and just took his dad's first name as his middle name. Think about it. Cool. Okay, so these are the serial killers that were going around doing bad things during his time before he was caught. So, trigger warning ahead of time. Um, I'm gonna have to like initial some things, but you guys get what I'm saying. So, Mason murders were committed just 3 months after the birth of Dahmer in LA, California. I think that's what that stands for. Um, the Zodiac, who has yet to be found to this day. To this day. Think about it. He could be where I'm at. I don't even know it, but I got something for him. He come up in here acting crazy. All right. So the Zodiac committed a string of M across Nevada and Northern California between 1968 and 1969, claiming the lives of 5 victims. Still believed to be at large. See, I told you he is still on the loose. We only know a sketch. We only know a sketch. Okay? That's all we know him by. If you see him in again American Horror Story, he's in like this weird suit type thing because nobody knows what he looks like. So he's in like a mystery box type thing. If you look up the episode Devil's Night for American Horror Story, season 5 Hotel, that night John Wayne Gacy, Aileen Wuornos, Richard Ramirez, Jeffrey Dahmer, and the Zodiac Killer plus James Patrick March all are in a room together. Not sure what serial killer that the gentleman was supposed to be based off of. Not sure. Lady Gaga was actually supposed to be based off of a serial killer back in the, I want to say 1800s. 1800s. I'll have to look it up again, but I did look up a lot of history. All right, let's see. And John Wayne Gacy, he unalived 33 victims, and they were babies, young teenage boys between 1972 and 1978. He was charged with the R of 2 boys. Ted Bundy, he began his killing spree of 30 plus young women across 6 states from 1974 to 1978 that we know of. That we know of. We don't know if that is all of his victims. Okay? Oh, see, Dina, I'd have issues with that. hmm hmm Son of Sam Ems occurred during the summer of 1976 in New York. And none other, the Night Stalker M's in San Francisco. I was 30 minutes from San Francisco when I was a child, but he was already um, placed in jail by the time I was born, so I was good. Happened between June 1984 and August 1985. As you see, there are overlapping series of active serial killers that span from Dahmer's birth until his capture in 1991. That's only a few years before I was born. I'm just saying. That's scary. Hello, Freddie Jason Myers. Don't know who you are, but welcome. I hope you're not a troll, but hello. This man is God. Huh? What? Can you clarify that, please? Freddie Jason Myers. Um, don't come up here scaring me. So, a little backstory for you guys. Jeffrey's mother, Joyce, suffered from severe depression prior to her pregnancy with Jeffrey and alcohol abuse. During her pregnancy with Jeffrey, she continued to drink heavily and take antidepressants to include Valium and uh I'm not even gonna try that word today. I'm tired. After Jeffrey's birth, but it's another medication starts with the letter Q. I don't know. Um, After Jeffrey's birth, she went into a severe case of postpartum depression and failed to bond with him during his early formative years. So there's that. Let's see. Okay, let's see what else. His father Lionel worked as a chemist and traveled frequently for work to support his young family, and he spent very little time with his oldest son. This began to change after Joyce attempted to pretty much unalive herself and was found by Jeffrey coming in from school. You can see that in the series. If you haven't watched it, there are going to be a little bit of, if you don't know the story and you're coming over here looking for spoilers, they're here. Hello. Um, if you watch the series, you see where he's, I'd say, probably about 6 or 7, maybe 5. Walks in, you think his mother is unalived, and he calls 911. Lionel chimes in, is like, "Oh, did she try it again? Like, he didn't even care, blah, 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 blah." And he's like, "Well, she's done this before." And he was wondering if she just, you know, did it. And he just tells his son, "Good job, Jeff," and just walks in the house. Like, if that was my kid, I'd be like, "Are you okay? Are you traumatized? Do you need to speak with mommy? Do you need to understand some things that happen in life? Like, how do you walk by your child who was like, I think my mom just decided she didn't want to be here, you know? Like, that's traumatizing for a little kid." I'm sorry, there was so many red flags in that series. It was just like, so we're just gonna ignore the elephant in the room. Kid is traumatized. He might not look traumatized, but he's probably like, I'm used to it, whatever. So here we go. Um, she went on to work with people in social work, but she definitely had a lot of problems. She did. She had a lot of issues. She needed to be like, she needed help. She needed someone to talk to, professional. And that's just being honest. She needed someone. Um, Sorry, I'm not picking my nose. My nose is itching because it's okay. Mom, come get this. It's making my nose itch. All right. Let's see. All right. Just as Jeffrey was entering his tween years, which is roughly between 10 and 12 years old, he became fascinated by dead animals and preserving them. He often took the skeletal remains and propped them on large sticks in the wooded area behind his home. Lionel built Jeffrey a shed to practice his taxidermy skills because he thought that was something that they would come to bond over. This was a crucial time in young Jeffrey's development, and he was beginning to become his blah 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 blah. Start over, rewind. This was a crucial time in young Jeffrey's development. He was beginning to come into his sexuality and become attracted to the same sex. There we go. I mean, you can't avoid the word. If y'all heard that, they're playing video games. I know I heard that. All right. Let me drink some water. Did y'all hear my husband? Put a one in the chat if you heard my husband call somebody a trick ass bitch. I can't with him. I told him I was going live today. I have silence from the children. I'm like, we have a whole weekend to ourselves and just do whatever we want to. Run around naked if we wish, you know. One moment, y'all. One moment. Hold on, I'm sorry. It's not allowed without somebody calling somebody a trick ass bitch. Well, at least you know I'm not the only one that's crazy. Give me one second. Hello. I just told him that Nate, y'all could hear him. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." This is welcome to my house. You gonna hear trick ass bitch, motherfucker, shit, damn, what the hell, what the fuck is in your mouth? If the children were here, the fuck are you doing? Get off of that. Get down. Right now it's Call of Duty, so everybody, please excuse my husband. He might get mad again, but he said sorry, guys. Leave it to the husband. All right, this is my life, and y'all wonder why. And you might hear me cuss something out randomly. Okay, so let's get back into it. So soon, Jeffrey's parents separated and divorced during his senior year in high school. Jeffrey was left by his mother. She took his little brother, but left him to fend for himself without the knowledge of his father. Jeffrey began spiraling into heavy drinking, even carrying alcohol to school. He began fantasizing about very muscular young teenage boys, and men. He would even watch and stalk a neighbor who jogged daily in his neighborhood. He began hatching a plan to interact and kidnap the jogger, but the jogger did not show one particular afternoon. One particular afternoon. He did come across a 16-year-old hitchhiker, that he offered a ride to a concert, but first he wanted to take the hitchhiker, this is Mr. Stephen Hicks, to his home to smoke some Mary Jane and drink. When Stephen began pressing Jeffrey to take him to the concert, Jeffrey did not want him to leave. He then bludgeoned him over the head, and it was a fatal blow. This was his first victim. This was in 1978. He kept the body and caressed and emmed it until he had no choice but to get rid of the body. He did this by dismemberment and crushing the bones and buried them in the backyard. You can see this in one of the episodes on the Jeffrey Dahmer series, and this was rough. He didn't meet the way they tell the story on the series, I think he just meant to knock him in the head, but rage took over him. His mental health took over him. I could see he didn't want his victims to leave, so he figured, you know what? I guess if they've passed away, I won't have to worry about them ever leaving. Just keep them. It's kind of, it's not kind of. Sorry, my face is itchy. I'm sick of this. Okay, I'm putting my hair up, y'all, because I can't do this. Hold on. Mom bun it is. It's driving me crazy. It's making my face itch. There we go. Look at that big old bun. Yes. There's too much. There's too much going on over here. Whew. I look like a grown man. Oh, Lord. Hey, Miranda. How you doing? Hey, Sugar Bear. Now, remember what I told everybody? Um, if you feel like it's getting triggering, find you something else. It's all good. I'm not going to question you. I'm not going to track you down and say, hey, where have you been? I'm not going to your house. I'm not going to be in your bush and say, where you been? No, I'm not going to do that. That's weird. Oh, what I miss? What I miss, my loves? What did I miss? Oh, Lord. Huh. Somebody is fucking trash. Yeah, I'm not gonna be in your bushes creeping. I'm not a weirdo. That's just weird. All right, Jeffrey soon entered Ohio State University in 1978, but spent his time drinking in his dorm and was put on academic probation. Another thing that I've seen in the series, and I know some of it was like over dramatized because I mean, it does Hollywood, right? He was trying to rewrite the paternal abandonment and fuse with that first murder. Hold on, can you rewrite that word? Hey, J-Fid, how you doing? And okay, so he was drinking, you know. I mean, come on, he's by himself. You know, his mom just left him. His dad went with the new wife, you know. It felt to me it looked like or it seems like that everything else was more important than Jeffrey. I mean, I wouldn't feel sorry for a serial killer ever because what he did was wrong. Think about it. His parents left him thinking everything else was more important than him. They knew nothing about him. You know what I'm saying? If you look at interviews with Lionel Dahmer, try to say that 10 times fast. He had no idea he was doing this. You know why? 'Cause he abandoned him. He didn't take the time out to actually see or dig into what was going on with this man, his own son. Do you get what I'm saying? Everything else with his parents was more important than their child's well being. I mean, it think about it. Really, really think about it, and I'm not saying feel sorry for the man because what he did was wrong, but I'm saying think about it. There's always a reason for everything, you know? I think if he would have gotten the proper help, again, this is not defending his actions. If he would have gotten the proper help, he would have still been living today, and maybe, just maybe, if they caught his mental illness in time, then it's no excuse to what he did at all. Not at all. But if they'd have nipped it in the bud and caught on to it and actually got to know their child, took time with their child instead of worrying about everything else, this this here wouldn't be a part of history. Think about it. If you look at Richard Ramirez's childhood and what he was around growing up, had someone gave a damn about him and actually gave a damn about what he had going on inside of his head, there wouldn't be a Richard Ramirez in the history books if he'd have got proper help. Exactly. This right here. Oh, no, not this. This right here. That right there. I think it was a combination of genetics, mom's side at least, abandonment, and living in a time when being homosexual was a literal end of your social reputation. And it's not to defend what he did. It's not to defend what he did. Look at his backstory. There wouldn't have been no victims. These victims would have been living their lives had they just took a second to figure out what was going on inside of his head before all of this. That is why I'm so invested in what my children in an open relationship with my not open relationship like no sick stuff. No. Open communication with my kids, whether it's bad or good. Sometimes there's consequences, sometimes it just takes a sitting down talking to your child, taking time out of your day to figure out if they're okay that day. That's all it takes. And they couldn't even do that because mom was worried about aliens or whatever was going on in her crazy little brain. Oh, I'm gonna take this medication even though I have a feeling it's gonna damage my child for the rest of his life or worse, cause birth defects. It's more than just surgery that he had. I think I would be crazy if my parents just up and said, "Peace out, figure it out for yourself. I can't do nothing for you." I'd probably be crazy too. Anyway, let's get back to this. So Lionel forced Jeffrey to enter the army where he would study to be a combat medic. Soon Jeffrey's drinking problem would cause him to be discharged from the army. Some of his ex-army buddies lay, uh, some of his ex-army buddies later came out to say that Dahmer had R'd them on 17 different occasions. Jeffrey was released from the army with an honorable discharge. There goes my brother-in-law. I'm stuck with men today. Send help. I'll put a sign on the camera or something. Upon Jeffrey's discharge from the Army, his father sent him to Ohio to live with his grandmother. His grandmother, she already knew what the deal was. Looking at that series, I'm not sure if it was like, you know, overdone by Mr. Ryan Murphy, but his grandma was like, you got a devil in you, son. We need to take you to church. We'll go to church. Let's go to church, baby. Let's roll. You need Jesus. I'm so serious. Like, nah, grandma, I don't want to go to church. Like, I don't need Jesus. Son, yes, you do. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I feel like, I feel like Cindy right now. Cindy, how do you get your voice to hush with video games while you're live? Because it's quiet where you're at. Always quiet. I'm scared to blink now because I'm scared somebody's actually going to come up and be like, hey, you need help? All right, let's see. Je- Jeffrey was trying to find a partner he could control. Stole a mannequin from a department store. He would sleep with this mannequin and perform various acts with it. His plastic friend was soon uncovered by his grandmother, and she threw it out. I don't blame her. Let me tell you something. Like, if you're gonna be, gay, bi, lesbian, what, just straight up tell me. You ain't gotta do all that, 'cause that's freaky. I don't want that in my house. It's about as bad as having a clown in my house. Don't have a clown in my house. Don't have statues in my house. That's weird. I don't blame grandma. His plastic friend, okay, I already read that. He began immersing himself in the gay club scene. He would he would go to frequent gay bathhouses. He accidentally OD'd two men and took their bodies to his grandmother's to dismember them and bury their bodies. He shortly moved into his own apartment after he found a job at a chocolate factory. Now, this is something they did not put in the series. And, oh, thank God, Bliss. I don't allow slime and glitter and that kind of stuff in my house either. I'm like, nope, no slime, no Play-Doh, nothing that the 4-year-old can eat. No, don't send that over here. So he began picking up men at gay bars as he was banned from bathhouses. He would lure his victims to his apartment, drug them, assault them, and eventually murder them. He had even started inge- um, ingesting his victims' body parts. Gross. It was his way of keeping his victims with him forever. He was convicted for SA of a minor, and while on probation for that crime, he killed the brother of his assault victim. And this is the 14-year-old he had lured to his apartment Police were called because the little boy ended up escaping. Hello, forever underscore ish. How you doing? What's up? And they called the police. The police allowed the boy to go back to Jeffrey's apartment because Jeffrey lied and said that the boy was 19 years old, when in reality, the kid was 14. Wonder how bad they felt then. Probably no remorse. Mm-mm, none. Because there were a lot of race issues back then. Whole lot. Exactly right, Bliss. Exactly right. It is not cool at all. You mean to tell me, you know what a 14-year-old kid looked like back then? They didn't look like they do now. These 14-year-olds be looking like whole grown women. They jailbait. Back then, a kid looked like a kid. A kid looked like a kid back then. So you mean to tell me you fell for the he's 19 years old, he's of age? That's heartbreaking. And before then, he had done inappropriate things to his brother. If you watch the series, the kid goes, "You know my brother. You went to jail because you did things to my brother." But he said he needed the money, so that's why he was like, "Hey, easy money." That's why he went. Mm-mm. He got the money, but he didn't get to live to spend it, and that's sad. I guess I got on matte lipstick because this thing is not wearing off. Listen to this. Jeffrey was finally caught because his last attempt to unalive his victim fled, and police brought him back for a key to some handcuffs that the man had on his wrist. Can't remember if it. Stupid flies. Everything is moving in the house. Um, Imagine seeing a guy running down the road half naked with a handcuff strapped to his wrist, and you're like, what the hell is going on? Exactly. Exactly, Cindy. That's when police uncovered a long list of crimes. So if you look at the Dahmer series, it would be in the first episode if you can stomach watching it if you haven't watched it. In the first episode is the last victim, last potential victim. The guy fights his ass, whips his ass, and hauls ass on out the door, hollers, "He's gonna kill me, he's gonna kill me." Or something like that. I wouldn't even ask what it is. I'd be running too. Because who about to kill who now? I'm out. Peace. Bye. Sayonara. Because I don't want no part in that. Bye. You know? Yeah. Sayonara to that. Yeah, no. They doing what? Yeah. Because I might be next, you know? I don't know this man. He my neighbor, but I don't know this man. So Jeffrey came close to capture several times, but due to the area he chose to live and the community he called home was impoverished, police were willing to overlook certain things, and that is completely correct. If you look at where he used to live, it's more so where I want to say like housing that goes based off of your income. Um, Low budget housing or apartments or whatever. A lot of South Carolina has that. This is in Wisconsin. Um, to me, those apartments, I wouldn't live there. Mm-mm. No, it looks depressing. Mm-mm. Nope. No, he didn't try to boil water. That was acid, Cindy. Now he did try to like what he would do. You know how you boil chicken for chicken and rice, boil it completely off the bone. He would do that, and then some of the real gross parts, he would chunk in the toilet and flush it down the toilet. Now, the officers that returned his youngest victim to Dahmer, where he later unalived the child, were suspended but was shortly reinstated back to duty. That makes me sick. That makes me sick. You're gonna have these sick bastards back on your police force. They better than me, because their asses won't have their jobs back. They'd be out of here. Bye. Adios. We not doing this. To hell with you. All right. So Dahmer confessed to all his crimes and wanted the death penalty, but um, in Wisconsin, they did not have a death penalty at the time, so he got 15 consecutive life sentences. He apologized to the families and insisted to never be free again because he would continue to unalive. Two of the family members of his victims wanted to sue for rights to any books, movies, or series rights regarding this case. The other families didn't want to join the suit, so it was shortly dismissed. So, even to this day, if all the families don't agree to suing, say, for example, Netflix for making the series, they can't go through with it. If all the families agree, then they can. But back then, because they didn't agree to sue, the case was dropped. It was dismissed. Um, they were like, well, if I can't do that, then I'll just use my voice, you know? But they can't sue because all the families would have to agree. Um, Jeffrey's father wrote a book about his son to try to make sense of what happened. His mother, Joyce, died of cancer. His brother changed his name to distance himself from his brother's crimes. Jeffrey, get this. Jeffrey was baptized on May 10th, 1994, the same day Gacy was put to death. Gacy's last victim was in 1978, the same year Dahmer's first victim was unalived. Jeffrey was beat to death on November 28, 1994, by another inmate while cleaning the gym bathrooms. Dahmer was bludgeoned with a dumbbell by Christopher J. Scarver Sr. Jeffrey killed his first victim with a dumbbell. Jeffrey had no defense wounds. He did not fight back. Although Jeffrey's death was November 28, 1994, his remains were not cremated until September of 1995. Oh no, he would have to get burned. I was almost 1 by the time yeah, I was almost 1 by the time he got cremated. Um, there was a holdup of sentencing for his murder, and his parents were in a legal fight over his brain. So his mom wanted to take his brain. She donated it to science so that way they can um, examine his brain to see what caused him to do these evil things to people. But his dad was like, no, we're not having that. Mm-mm, nope. We're just gonna let him rest. We're gonna let him just give me the brain back. We're gonna blow it up, all that good stuff. And we're just gonna cancel out this whole ordeal. Just burn it. Um there was a so so his parents were in a legal fight over his brain. So they actually went to court about this. They they try to fight hard for it, but the judge said, being that Jeffrey's wish was to be cremated, there's nothing really we can do. Um, Damn. No, his mother actually wanted to have his brain examined. His mother did. His father did not. His father was like, "Well, let's just end it all." Let's see. So, I have a question for you guys. I've already asked my mother this, and my mother is more than welcome to answer again. Where were you when Dahmer got arrested? I wasn't even thought of, so no, yeah, I wasn't even thought of. Where were you? And where were you when they announced that he got killed? Yay, Cindy, I'm so proud of you. Welcome to the club. Okay. Who else? Where were you when Dahmer got arrested? Oh, sorry. Oh, look, a grown man close up. This flavor, Cindy, is is watermelon. It's called Lost Mary. Okay, good deal. Mom was finishing her first year of nursing. Miranda's mom was 23. Let's see. Cindy was a freshman in an all-girl high school. Dina was in high school. And for people that are watching the replay and you've made it this far, where were you when Dahmer got arrested? And where were you when the announcement came through that he was unalived in prison? J-Fid was 23. I had another flavor. It's down the hallway though. Well, really, and let's show grace to Mr. Evan Peters because he's my husband. He just doesn't know it, and I'm saying this publicly. If he sees this, no, I'm not a creeper. I just think you're a very talented young man. Um, sorry. What was I saying? Oh, Evan Peters. I've watched him since I used to watch Phil of the Future. I didn't realize he was the weird, quirky kid in the background. I watched Sleepover the other day. Well, last weekend. I was really tired for some reason. Um, I watched American Horror Story. My fascination and my awe to him started with when he played Tate in the first season of American Horror Story. I was like, who is this kid? Like, he is awesome. Then he started playing a serial killer in season 5. He played a cult leader in Cult, but I can't remember what season that was. I think that was a little while after Hotel. Um, he did a phenomenal job on Dahmer. Miss Niecy Nash deserves all the grace because she did absolutely outstanding, outstanding in her character. Evan Peters did phenomenal being Jeffrey Dahmer. He stated, and I've watched interviews with him also, that he had to go to some dark places, but he had support. He had a lot of support, and I'm so glad he did because that is kind of a dark place there. So let's not bash the people that did this series because they worked really hard. They did a phenomenal job. Mr. Ryan Murphy always comes in and he kills it every time with these stories. Um, I'm a huge fan, huge fan of uh, of Ryan Murphy and his work. He does phenomenal. Um, yes, the series was gruesome, and you know what? I felt so much anxiety. Like I felt different feelings. Like I felt sadness, I felt grief, I felt scared. Um, the main one that really tore me up, and it tore, I'd say everybody up, was Mr. Tony Hughes. I think that was his real name. That broke my heart. That really broke my heart. I thought he had found love and found somebody who wasn't gonna leave him. He believed them, and he just did that. What are you doing? Well, around these them parts, you are a whippersnapper. There you go. Well, around these here parts, you're a whippersnapper. Oh, here's JoJo's favorite. Bald-headed scallywag. Scallywag. That's what I think of. Scallywag. Yeah, good idea. One can't be adjusted but the pen. One can be. I'm sure I love. Bald-headed scallywag. Your mama ain't got no hair on her back. That's how you do that. There you go. No, my mini me will say, "I smell my booty crack in the morning," or "I smell my butt in the morning," or "I smell my butthole," or "I smell my poop in the morning." I'm like, "What?" Yes, whippersnapper. That's how you really do it. Oh, and here's Cindy's. What the hell? That's how I say. What the hell? Okay, now all you whippersnappers better get up out of here. Better get up out of here. Or I'll run you over with my truck. I better get up out of here. I feel like I'm talking to myself. Dina, that Halloween movie, Halloween Ends, it didn't, I didn't like it. Like, it did give me, like, the Halloween vibes that I was used to. A square net lar. Better quit lying. Oh, Cindy, I'm trying to figure out how to get you on my Canva because it's logged in through my Apple account. Like I just do it from my iPhone. I don't know how to do it. But I'm trying to figure it out. Wait, with your scrub husband. Y'all, these boys in here saying some inappropriate, nasty shit. That's the word on the curb. Oh God. It's the word on the curb. Y'all, I'm gonna show y'all my fluffy cat. And while I'm on here. Come here, baby. Come here, darling. Come here. Get over here. Don't be shy. Look at my baby. This is my baby right here. This is my honey bun. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Mm. This is my baby. See him? Ain't he just as pretty as he can be? Yeah. Listen at him purring. He's purring. Look at him. This my fluffy boy. Hey, my fluffy boy. Come on, you want to lay in mama's lap or you want to get down? What you want to do? Look at my baby. Look at my baby. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. You're so cute. Say hi. Hey. Hey, mama. I mean, sir. Sir, he's sir. He's got a pair of balls. Sorry. All right, you want to get down? You want to go lay on mama's bed? You want to go lay on mama's bed? Yes. Yes. Look at him. He's so pretty. Look at him. He's so pretty. Look at his tail, y'all. Look at that. He's so gorgeous. I love him to death. Oh, look at spoiled. Just spoiled. Say hi. He's over here licking his paw. He's spoiled. Yes, you are. You're just spoiled, little baby. Yes. Yes, darling. Yes, darling. No, you, ow. Biting mama. We'll give a mama love bite. Yes. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I want this one. Ow, ow, ow. Let go. Look at him. Okay. You stay with mama. You want to stay with mama? He's so spoiled. Spoiled. You just spoiled, baby. Mwah. Mama look like a clown with all this makeup on, huh? Say hello. Hey, spoiled. He is so spoiled. Check out his tail, though. Look how fluffy that is. He's such a fluffy boy. Well, I really gotta run. The scrub calls. Love y'all. Love you too. This is my baby. All right, baby. You wanna go into bed? There you go, buddy. Go ahead, clean yourself. You got something oily on your fur. I don't know what it is. They just started like accumulating oil or something. We don't know what it is. We thought it was like him. Oh my lord, he's harassing me. What? What? Can I help you? Ow! Oh god. They just bit me in the face. That's his love bites, I promise. That's just his love bites. That's what he does. He bites your nose and your chin and everything else. He's so sweet. But I'm about to get out of here anyway, guys. Because if I hear them holler one more time, we're gonna have some issues. And you're not gonna want me to see. You're not gonna want me to see. You're not gonna want to see me wrestle a man that's 5'8", because he won't shut up. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming. I know this is a lot to take in, but I was like, I know I gotta finish my Bonnie and Clyde series. I've been really slacking on that. I've had a lot of stuff going on with work. I had so much I just had a lot of things going on in real life, and a lot of my favorite people have been a slacker, and I'm so sorry. Just know I love you guys. I keep you with me everywhere I go. Like I see something in public, I'm like, that's something so and so would say, or you guys pop up in my head all the time. Um, and I have my husband for sale. He comes with a 24-hour warranty. After 24 hours, don't call me, don't text me, don't say you want to give them back. Also, I have buy one, get one free for my kids. Buy one, get one free. Now, let me stop for somebody goes, you are selling your kids and your husband. You should be ashamed because nobody here can take a joke. So, there you go. But just know I hope to see you guys in a chat somewhere or wherever. Please leave a like down there somewhere and somewhere. I don't know which way to go. I feel like I'm Cindy over here, We do we're not perfect. We're imperfect people. Um Please leave a comment of what you thought about the series, what you think about the whole Jeffrey Dahmer ordeal. It can be disagreements, it can be agreements. If you have any ideas on what I should do next, should I do one on Richard Ramirez, John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy? Sir! Shh! And again, I'm sorry for my raging husband and my brother-in-law. They are playing Call of Duty online, so they're like, fuck this and fuck your mom and all this crazy mumbo jumbo. So I apologize for that. I don't get that much background noises in my life. Yeah, I feel like I'm living in Cindy's world at the moment. But I do love you guys. Please leave a comment, like, consider subscribing. I will do more of these. Just give me some ideas if you want to. Um, everything I'm gonna post links in the description box where you can see the victim's picture if you wish, if you're unfamiliar with it. I don't know why you would be unfamiliar with the case. This has been talked about through many different generations. And honestly, I think every new generation that gets up there in age is when they bring out something. You notice that? Or am I just crazy? Just crazy. But I've noticed that everything in history that happens, a new generation comes up and they bring it back up again. You know why? It's to spread awareness. Because people are crazy, okay? People are not well. And we want to spread awareness. And that is okay. And if you don't agree with it, that is, that is your issue to resolve. But it's to let every generation know that there are bad people and they're not always friendly. Keep that in mind. Well, like I have a piece of doo doo on my head right now. But I love y'all. Have a great night. Make good choices. Do good things. Find reasons to smile. After this stream, please find something happy and cheerful to watch because this is a lot to take in. I will see you guys again whenever I shall decide to go live. Love you all. Bye. Oh, come on, stupid keyboard. Bullshit. All right, I'm gone. Bye, guys.